Welcome friends, let us go for the next part of extension of the group analysis, that is third year group. Third year group cations are consisting of the Fe3 plus ion, aluminium 3 plus ion and the chromium Cr plus 3 ions. And whereas this group reagent is ammonium hydroxide followed by ammonium chloride. Whether to the salt solution directly you can use ammonium hydroxide followed by ammonium chloride. Else, if you are not finding any kind of second year group, then you heat that secondary group filtrate to remove the H2S gas, add some amount of HNO3, because here what happens is Fe can be present in the form of Fe2 plus. In order to oxidize that Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus, concentrated HNO3 help has to be taken. Then after ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride should be added. As being ammonium ion is common ion, the dissociation of ammonium hydroxide is decreased in presence of ammonium chloride. As a result, lesser amount of hydroxide concentration is available. With this available less amount of concentration of hydroxide, the so-called said cations like Fe in the form of Fe3 plus, whichever is present, or whichever of Fe2 plus is oxidized to Fe3 plus, getting combined with the OH minus, and it forms the corresponding ferric hydroxide, which is having red in color, otherwise red brown in color. Similarly, aluminium forms aluminium hydroxide, which is gelatinous white PPT. Chromium forms chromium hydroxide, once again it is green in color. Thus, the colors of precipitates formed by the third year group cations are Fe3 plus in the form of FeOH3 as of red color, otherwise red brown color. Aluminium in the form of aluminium hydroxide as gelatinous white precipitate. Similarly, chromium in the form of chromium hydroxide as the green color in precipitate formation takes place. Thus, the same things are written over here. Here, heat the filtrate of secondary group to eliminate the H2S gas, followed by addition of concentrated HNO3 followed by ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride gives either a red brown, otherwise white, or the green precipitates of these of all corresponding things. Here HNO3 is oxidizing agent. It oxidizes whatever the Fe2 plus is there in the salt mixture to Fe3 plus, and the solubility product of Fe3 plus ions is very low, so therefore they can be easily getting precipitated. That is the secret why we are using concentrated HNO3. And in the presence of ammonium chloride, the dissociation of ammonium hydroxide decreases. With this less quantity of available hydroxide concentration, whichever solubility products of these hydroxides are less, they will combine counterly with the corresponding cations and leads to the formation of red colored, white colored and the green colored precipitates. Yes, to that red precipitate of ferric hydroxide, whichever is formed by addition of group reagent, that ferric hydroxide and reaction with the dilute hydrochloric acid, that is converted to aqueous solution of ferric chloride formation takes place. That is, precipitate dissolves. The second case, the formed ferric chloride and reaction with potassium ferrocyanide, it gives a Prussian blue in color of potassium ferrocyanide replaced by the ferricyanide, that is Fe4 FeCN6 formation takes place, which is said to be the Prussian blue, which is having blue in color. Whereas the same ferric chloride aqueous solution reaction with the potassium thiocyanate, a blood red color formation takes place, that is consisting of ferrous thiocyanate chloride, that is FeCNS Cl2 formation takes place. Let us go for the flowchart representation for the Fe3 plus ions. Salt solution followed by group reagent, otherwise secondary group filtrate followed by heating followed by HNO3, ammonium hydroxide and the ammonium chloride, including HNO3 followed by ammonium hydroxide followed by ammonium chloride gives the ferric hydroxide, which is a red color precipitate. This red color precipitate dissolves in dilute HCl, forms the ferric chloride. This ferric chloride reaction with K4FeCN6 gives the Fe4FeCN6 known as Prussian blue color, whereas on reaction with the potassium thiocyanate, it gives the ferrous thiocyanate chloride, that is ferrous thiocyanate dichloride, which is having blood red in color. Yes, conformation of aluminium 3 plus to the white gelatinous precipitate of aluminium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide is added. As a result, it converts that one to sodium meta-aluminate, NaAlO2, Oxidation numbers of everything remain same. It is a non-redox reaction, but that is soluble. The sodium metaluminate, whichever is formed on reaction with ammonium chloride followed by water, once again it leads to the formation of aluminium hydroxide, that is white precipitate formation takes place. The complete flow chart related to the aluminium is group reagent, salt solution followed by group reagent will give aluminium hydroxide, which is a white gelatinous precipitate. This on reaction with sodium hydroxide, sodium metaluminate formation takes place, that is a solution. That solution on reaction with ammonium chloride plus water, it gives aluminium hydroxide, which is once again white gelatinous precipitate. Yes, conformation test for the chromium, whereas chromium is forming with the group reagent as chromium hydroxide, a green color precipitate. This formed green color chromium hydroxide precipitate on reaction with base followed by oxidizing agent, sodium hydroxide followed by bromine, that undergoes oxidation and forms sodium chromate, which is aqueous solution. The sodium chromate on reaction with lead acetate forms lead chromate, which is yellow color precipitate. Thus, formation of the green color precipitate to aqueous solution and formation of aqueous solution to once again yellow color precipitate confirms the presence of chromium. Here, sodium hydroxide followed by bromine. Sodium hydroxide is base, bromine is oxidizing agent. That is, it under cold conditions forms sodium bromide and the sodium hypobromide. Sodium hypobromide is unstable and it is converted to sodium bromide followed by nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen oxidizes chromium of +3 state to chromium of +6 state. That is, chromium hydroxide is converted to sodium chromate, and once again the formed sodium chromate on reaction with lead acetate forms lead chromate formation, which is yellow color precipitate. The total flow chart is like this. Salt solution followed by group reagent forms chromium hydroxide, a green color. Chromium hydroxide on reaction with sodium hydroxide followed by bromine. Sodium chromate aqueous solution formation takes place. This sodium chromate on reaction with lead acetate forms lead chromate, that is yellow color precipitate. The total flow chart related to the third group cations. Third group cations are Fe3 plus, aluminium 3 plus and the chromium 3 plus. These cations containing salt or salt solution of the corresponding second group precipitate on heating followed by addition of HNO3, ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Otherwise, salt solution directly with acidification followed by ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride, that is group reagent, forms precipitates. Ferric hydroxide gives red precipitate, aluminium hydroxide gives white precipitate, chromium hydroxide gives green precipitate. Whereas the red precipitate of ferric hydroxide, otherwise brown precipitate, on reaction with dilute HCl, it forms ferrichloride. Ferrichloride aqueous solution, thus on reaction with K4FeCN6, it forms fluorescent blue color solution, that is Fe4FeCN6 formation takes place. Similarly, that one on reaction with potassium thiocyanate, it gives ferrous thiocyanate dichloride, that is blood red in color. And aluminium hydroxide white precipitate on reaction with sodium hydroxide gives sodium metaluminate, which is soluble aqueous solution. This on reaction with ammonium chloride followed by water, once again the white colored gelatinous precipitate formation takes place. And green chromium hydroxide on reaction with base followed by oxidizing agent bromine, that it is converted to oxidized situation, that is sodium chromate, a soluble solution, aqueous solution formation takes place. This sodium chromate on reaction with lead acetate forms lead chromate, which is yellow color precipitate. Yes, fourth A group containing cations of nickel, cobalt, manganese as well as the zinc. Whereas the third group filtrate on reaction with H2S followed by the ammonium hydroxide, otherwise the salt solution followed by the group reagent H2S followed by ammonium hydroxide. The corresponding so-called cations are precipitated as corresponding sulfides. So therefore, nickel in the form of nickel sulfide, black precipitate. Similarly, cobalt in the form of cobalt sulfide, black precipitate. Manganese in the form of manganese sulfide, black precipitate. Zinc in the form of zinc sulfide, a white, that is manganese pink precipitate, and zinc in the form of zinc sulfide as white precipitation occurs. Here, ammonium hydroxide enhances the degree of dissociation of hydrogen sulfide. As a result, more amount of sulfide ion concentration is available. So this excess amount of available sulfide ion combines with the cations and these of all cations are having higher solubility product, hence they require higher sulfide ion. Higher sulfide ion can be provided by the ammonium hydroxide presence because it combines with the H plus and forms the undissociated water, hence equilibrium shifts towards the right and more amount of sulfide -2 concentration is available. Thus the sulfide combines with the corresponding cations and forms the nickel sulfide as of black, cobalt sulfide as of black, manganese sulfide as of pink, and zinc sulfide as of white color in precipitates. Yes, conformation of nickel and cobalt can be done in the same fashion for the same varieties of the reagents. The different varieties of products, precipitates and the colors gives the information about the presence of nickel as well as cobalt within the same type of reactions. Whereas the cobalt sulfide and the nickel sulfide, whichever is formed as black color precipitate, this is allowed to react with the aqua regia. As a result of reaction of aqua regia, it is converted to nickel chloride as well as the cobalt chloride aqueous, and this is allowed to evaporate followed by diluted with the HCl solution. Thus nickel chloride aqueous solution and the cobalt chloride aqueous solution, if any of them is present and both are present, it is present as a mixture of aqueous solutions, and that particular dissolved HCl solution of nickel chloride and the cobalt chloride is divided into three portions. Part number 1, that is to the part number 1 of the mixture, we are expecting that nickel is present. Yes, to that nickel chloride, here excess amount of ammonium hydroxide is added because to make it basify, followed by DMG, dimethyl glyoxam ligand is added. This is dimethyl glyoxam. This is oxam, C double bond NOH, C double bond NOH. That is dimethyl glyoxam. That is CH3, C double bond O NOH, C double bond O NOH followed by CH3. It is acting as a ligand, nitrogen is acting as a donor, whereas here also nitrogen is acting as a donor. Nickel chloride is having chlorines. These chlorines and hydrogen are eliminated as HCl, and here chelation also takes place in between the DMG of one to the DMG of the other. Thus ring structure formation takes place, and here it is forming 5-membered ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-membered ring, and due to this chelation, 6-membered ring formation occurs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here 6-membered ring, 5-membered ring, 6-membered ring, 5-membered ring. Thus a rosy red color precipitate occurs that confirms the presence of nickel. Whereas part 2, in the part 2 what we are adding is acetic acid followed by potassium nitrite is added to the mixture, whereas we are expecting that there is cobalt chloride. Whereas this acetic acid and the cobalt nitrate participates in double displacement reaction and gives the potassium acetate followed by HNO2 nitrous acid formation takes place. It is acting as good oxidizing agent. Whereas this particular mixture, whenever is allowed to react with the cobalt chloride, in the first step what happens is the potassium nitrate reacts with the cobalt chloride and it converts to cobalt nitrate, cobalt 2 nitrate. This cobalt 2 nitrate on reaction with HNO2, which is oxidizing agent, converts this one to cobalt 3 nitrate. This cobalt 3 nitrate once again on reaction with the potassium nitrate, it leads to the formation of potassium, here potassium 3, so therefore cobalt is also 3. Potassium cobalt 3 nitrate formation takes place, which is of yellow color precipitate. That yellow color precipitate formation indicates presence of the cobalt. Let us go for the part 3. The reagent used is sodium bicarbonate followed by oxidizing agent, that is bromine followed by water. Yes, the part 3 is a common test used for the confirmation of cobalt as well as the nickel. Whereas cobalt will give green coloration, nickel will give black color precipitate for the same varieties of the reaction conditions. Whereas this particular part 3 reaction conditions are, one is here we are using sodium bicarbonate, and a second reagent used is bromine followed by water, bromine water, which is oxidizing agent. Suppose if nickel is there, nickel on reaction with cobalt is there, cobalt on reaction with sodium bicarbonate, it forms cobalt bicarbonate. Whereas this cobalt bicarbonate on reaction with sodium bicarbonate, once again it forms sodium cobalt 2 tricarbonate formation takes place. It is a complex. Sodium Na4 cobalt 2 total 6 carbonates, tricarbonate, sodium cobalt 2 tricarbonate. It is not bicarbonate, carbonate formation takes place. Whereas this complex is soluble complex, everything is, and further on reaction with bromine water, it undergoes oxidation from cobalt 2 to cobalt 3. So therefore this is Na3CO, CO3 twice, that is sodium cobalt 3 tricarbonate formation takes place, which will gives green color to the solution. Whereas if cobalt is not there, nickel is there. Nickel also combines with bicarbonate, but it doesn't form nickel bicarbonate, it forms nickel carbonate. The nickel carbonate on reaction with oxidizing agent, which is nascent oxygen produced from the bromine water, that nickel carbonate undergoes oxidation from +2 oxidation state to nickel oxide +3 oxidation state, Ni2O3 formation takes place, which will gives black color precipitate. Thus black color precipitate indicates presence of nickel. Green color solution formation indicates the presence of cobalt. Yes, flowchart confirmation for the 4th A group cations like nickel and cobalt, whereas salt solution of 3rd A group followed by making that one to react with H2S followed by ammonium hydroxide. Otherwise, salt solution followed by the group reagent that gives nickel sulfide and cobalt sulfide, which is of black color precipitate. Whereas this is allowed to react with the aqua regia, both are converted to corresponding chlorides. This aqua regia solution is evaporated to dryness and it is diluted with the dilute HCl solution. Thus, this nickel chloride and the cobalt chloride aqueous solution is further used for the confirmation. Suppose it is also colorless aqueous solution, confirmation of nickel. First one, nickel chloride is allowed to react with ammonium hydroxide excess followed by DMG, dimethyl glyoxane. It forms a complex, a rosy red color precipitate formation confirms presence of nickel. Second one is, this nickel chloride is allowed to react with sodium bicarbonate. Thus it leads to the formation of nickel carbonate, nickel 2 carbonate. The nickel 2 carbonate followed by oxidation, it gives nickel oxide, which is of black color precipitate, confirms the nickel. Whereas for cobalt, cobalt chloride is suspected, suppose it is allowed to react with the potassium nitrate followed by acetic acid. Thus cobalt chloride is converted to cobalt nitrate +2, and that is further undergoes oxidation with HNO2 formed to cobalt 3 nitrite. Cobalt 3 nitrite once again on reaction with the potassium nitrate gives potassium cobalt 3 nitrite formation takes place. Potassium cobalt 3 hexanitrite formation takes place. This is potassium cobalt 3 hexanitrite, whereas this is yellow color precipitate confirms the presence of cobalt. And second test is similar to nickel here, reaction with sodium bicarbonate followed by oxidation. Cobalt gives cobalt bicarbonate first, and that on reaction with excess sodium bicarbonate gives sodium cobalt tricarbonate formation takes place. Here sodium cobalt 2 tricarbonate formation takes place. Sodium cobalt 2 tricarbonate formation takes place. That an oxidation forms a green colored solution consisting of sodium cobalt 3 carbonate. Sodium cobalt 3 carbonate, which is of green color, confirms the presence of cobalt. Yes, zinc. The confirmation of zinc and the corresponding flowchart. On reaction with the group reagent, it is converted to zinc sulfide, a white color precipitate. This formed white color zinc sulfide on reaction with HCl, it is converted to zinc chloride, which is first of all forms white precipitate. This white precipitate of zinc chloride on reaction with sodium hydroxide forms sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, which is aqueous, that is soluble. This sodium zincate on reaction with H2S, once again zinc sulfide formation reoccurs. If you look at the flowchart is like this: salt solution followed by group reagent forms zinc sulfide white color precipitate. This on reaction with dilute HCl forms zinc chloride, once again a white color precipitate. This zinc chloride on reaction with sodium hydroxide forms sodium zincate, an aqueous solution. This sodium zincate on reaction with H2S once again forms zinc sulfide, which is a white colored precipitate. Yes, confirmation for the manganese. Whereas the manganese on reaction with the group reagent forms the manganese sulfide, which is of pink color. The pink colored manganese sulfide is allowed to react with the dilute HCl. As a result, it forms manganese chloride. What it forms? Manganese chloride aqueous solution. This aqueous solution on reaction with sodium hydroxide, it is converted to manganese hydroxide. Once again, it is also pink in color, precipitate. That precipitate of manganese hydroxide of +2 state on oxidation with bromine water converts to MnO2, manganese dioxide. Once again, it is having pink color. The flow chart of conformation is like this. Salt solution plus group reagent forms the manganese sulfide pink. This on reaction with dilute HCl forms manganese chloride of aqueous solution. This on reaction with sodium hydroxide with the same oxidation state, manganese hydroxide MnOH twice, which is having pink color. This pink colored manganese hydroxide and oxidation with bromine water forms manganese dioxide having black color precipitate. Yes, the total flow chart of the 4th A group elements, 4th A group cations. 4th A group cations on reaction with the group reagent forms the sulfides of different colors. Black is due to nickel and the cobalt, having nickel sulfide and the cobalt sulfide, whereas white color is of zinc sulfide and manganese sulfide will use the pink. Whereas if cobalt and nickel are there, collective tests are conducted, and the collective tests are consisting of, first of all, making that particular sulfide precipitate of black on reaction with aqueous Ga forms aqueous nickel halides, nickel chloride, and that is subjected for the dryness, followed by addition of dilute HCl, nickel chloride and the cobalt chloride aqueous solution is prepared. After preparation of this aqueous solution of nickel and cobalt, collective tests are conducted, whereas to the part 1 of combination, yes, for that excess ammonium hydroxide followed by dimethyl glyoxime is added. If it forms rosy red precipitate, then nickel is confirmed because that precipitate is nickel dis, that is nickel bis dimethyl glyoxime. Whereas the same chloride mixture and reaction with acetic acid followed by potassium nitrite, if you do, then a yellow color precipitate formation occurs, that is K3CONO2 potassium cobalt 3 hexa nitrite, which is of yellow in color precipitate, confirms the corresponding sulfide is of cobalt sulfide. Whereas the third part, two varieties for the same reagents, two varieties of products are formed. Reagents we are using is, one is sodium bicarbonate and second one is for oxidation bromine water. Suppose nickel is there, nickel bicarbonate and nickel carbonate followed by oxidation, it is converted to nickel oxide, which will give black color precipitate. Cobalt is there, first of all it forms cobalt bicarbonate, further it will be converted to sodium nickel sodium cobalt carbonate combinations, further undergoes oxidation, forms the Na3CO3 twice, that is sodium cobalt 3 carbonate, hexacarbonate formation takes place. This is hexa, not twice. Tricarbonate formation takes place, which will give green color, confirms the presence of cobalt. Black precipitate confirms the presence of nickel. Thus it can be done. Whereas zinc sulfide is white. There is some correction here. This white zinc sulfide precipitate on reaction with dilute HCl forms aqueous zinc chloride. This zinc chloride and reaction, this is aqueous, not a precipitate. There also we correct it. This on reaction with sodium hydroxide forms in the beginning precipitate, that zinc hydroxide formation takes place, but excess amount of sodium hydroxide if we add, then that can be getting dissolved in it and forms sodium zincate. That sodium zincate on reaction with H2S gas sent from the outside forms the zinc sulfide, which is having once again the white color of precipitate. Thus you confirms the zinc. And the last one is manganese. Manganese sulfide is of pink in color, that on reaction with dilute HCl forms manganese chloride aqueous solution. This is aqueous. Whereas this on reaction with sodium hydroxide, manganese hydroxide, MnOH twice, pink color is present. That on oxidation it is converted to manganese dioxide MnO2, which will be giving once again black color. This black color precipitate formation confirms the presence of manganese 2 cation present in the group 4. I have an introduction to the 5th A group cations. The 5th A group cations are barium, calcium as well as the transium. Whereas the 4th A group filtrate is heated to remove the H2S gas, dissolved gas present in it, and for that the group reagent, that is ammonium hydroxide and ammonium carbonate combination, is added. This ammonia, which is common ion, decreases the solubility of the carbonate, and this particular barium, calcium and transium are having lesser solubility product with respect to the corresponding carbonates. Hence they will be precipitated as of white in color, as barium carbonate white color, calcium carbonate white color, and transium carbonate is also white color. And these of all carbonates are soluble in acetic acid and forms corresponding acetates, that is barium acetate, aqueous solution, calcium acetate, aqueous solution, as well as transium acetate is also an aqueous solution. Now conformations for barium. The barium acetate aqueous solution on reaction with the potassium chromate, it forms barium chromate yellow color precipitate. On reaction with ammonium sulfate, barium sulfate white color precipitate. On reaction with ammonium oxalate, it forms the barium oxalate, which is also white color in precipitate. Similar to that of barium, now the discussion is related to the transium. Transium acetate, which is an aqueous solution, that on reaction with ammonium sulfate, transium sulfate, the white PPT. Similarly, on reaction with ammonium oxalate, transium oxalate, white PPT formation takes place, confirms the presence of transium. Whereas calcium, the calcium acetate on reaction with ammonium oxalate, calcium oxalate, white color precipitate formation takes place. It doesn't form any kind of precipitate of calcium sulfate. It doesn't form any kind of calcium oxalate, calcium chromate, etc. Only forms the calcium oxalate, which is of white color precipitate. The flow chart for the fifth group of cations. Whereas from the fourth group filtrate followed by heating to remove H2S followed by addition of group reagent, otherwise salt solution followed by group reagent ammonium hydroxide and ammonium carbonate gives the white precipitate for all the cations, barium, calcium, transium. This white precipitate is getting dissolved in acetic acid and forms corresponding acetates, all are aqueous, barium acetate, transium acetate and the calcium acetates. Conformations for barium. Barium combines with potassium chromate, forms barium chromate, yellow color PPT. Reaction with ammonium sulfate, barium sulfate, white color PPT. Reaction with ammonium oxalate, barium oxalate, white color PPT. It reacts with three reagents. Let us go for transium. Transium doesn't combine with the first, with the remaining two it combines. On reaction with ammonium sulfate, forms transium sulfate, white. On reaction with ammonium oxalate, transium oxalate, white color PPT formation takes place. Whereas calcium just combines with the ammonium oxalate and forms calcium oxalate, which is of white color precipitate, confirms the presence of all the three, like barium 2+, transium 2+, calcium 2+. Thus, it is studied in the order of barium followed by transium followed by calcium, BSc version. Sixth group cations. Sixth group cations are magnesium 2+, sodium +1 as well as the potassium +1. To the fifth group filtrate, excess amount of ammonium oxalate is added and it is heated. As a result, whatever if the traces amount of barium, calcium, transium are there, they will be converted as corresponding oxalates. All are precipitates and can be removed easily. And to that filtrate, that was divided into three particular parts. Part 1 is used for the magnesium, second one is for sodium and for the calcium. Whereas magnesium test, for that magnesium test to this filtrate, now here we have to add excess amount of ammonium hydroxide to make it basify, followed by disodium hydrogen phosphate, salt. This particular disodium hydrogen phosphate salt on reaction with magnesium, here it replaces sodium. As a result, it forms magnesium ammonium. Here magnesium ammonium cation replaces hydrogen, magnesium replaces two sodiums and forms magnesium ammonium phosphate, which is a white color precipitate, confirms presence of magnesium. You remember that in the phosphate, one is magnesium, second one is ammonia. Thus you have to use ammonium hydroxide and magnesium chloride, our salt mixture, followed by these two are replaceable, implies what? Phosphate. Phosphate of 3 ions replaceable, 2 are of sodium, 1 is of hydrogen, that is disodium hydrogen phosphate salt is used. Second one is for the potassium. The reagent used is sodium cobalt 3 hexanitrate. Already we made the preparation of that one also. As a reagent it is also available. Solution, that is cobalt, sodium, cobalt 3 hexanitrate solution is there, and the aqueous solution of the potassium salt containing system is added to sodium cobalt 3 hexanitrate. As a result, sodium is replaced by potassium. Thus it forms a precipitate. That precipitate is having yellow in color. Similarly, for the sodium here, what we have to use is, we have to use a potassium salt, that is potassium dihydrogen antimonate is used, and here potassium is replaced by sodium and it forms sodium dihydrogen antimonate, which is of white in color. Yes, the flowchart representation related to the identification and conformations of the 6th group radicals, whereas the salt solutions after precipitating barium calcium transition nicely. Here there is no specific group reagent. Magnesium on reaction with excess of ammonium hydroxide followed by disodium hydrogen phosphate salt, that is converted to magnesium ammonium phosphate, which is of white color precipitate. Whereas for conformation of potassium, you have to use sodium salt, that is sodium cobalt 3 nitrite hexanitrate, that on reaction with potassium chloride, that is converted to potassium cobalt 3 hexanitrate, which is of white color precipitate. Similarly here, the conformation of sodium requires potassium salt, that is potassium dihydrogen antimonate. On reaction with sodium chloride, replacement takes place. Sodium dihydrogen antimonate forms, and that is having white color precipitate. This is having yellow color precipitate, and this is having white color in precipitation. The last group is zero group, and it is consisting the cation as ammonium ion. And whereas, but this particular group performance is done at the beginning of the cationic analysis, hence it is named it as zero group. Whereas it is not having a specific reagent, we have to go in such a way only one cation is there. Whereas the salt solution or the mixture which is consisting of ammonium, suppose consider ammonium cation with some anion, that is allowed to react with sodium hydroxide followed by heating. So therefore sodium hydroxide combines with the chlorine, sodium chloride formation takes place, and extra H plus combines with the OH, water formation takes place. Thus ammonia comes out in the form of ammonia gas with the pungent smell. Conformation of ammonia gas can be done. A glass rod dipped in HCl, if you keep at the evaporating upcoming gas, it forms ammonium chloride white dense fumes. Whereas this gas, if it is sent through the Nessler's reagent K2HgI4, which is a complex of mercury of iodine and the potassium, K2HgI4, iodine is maintaining +2 state, it forms a complex with the ammonia. As a result, it gives a brown color precipitate, that is said to be the iodide of Millian's base. It is having two varieties of structures. One, we may consider that mercury connected with oxygen, followed by one is with iodine, one is with NH2. Otherwise, another structure is also proposed for this, that is mercury connected with common oxygen to form a ring system. In that, ammonia is having +4 state, that is +1 oxidation state it is maintaining due to its 4 valency connected with the iodine. So therefore this is one structure for the iodide of Millian's base, this is also another structure for the iodide of Millian's base, and this structure is having brown color PPT is present, thus it confirms the presence of ammonia. Flowchart related to the zero group. Salt solution which is heated with the excess amount of ammonium oxalate followed by removing of all precipitates that filtrate salt solution. Otherwise, on heating with sodium hydroxide, ammonia gas will come, and making that one reaction with dilute HCl, ammonium chloride white dense fumes will come, and on exposure of this ammonium chloride white dense fumes towards the Nessler's reagent, it forms iodide of Millian's base, which is having brown color precipitate.